Hey road trippers, it's Chris Nutter with Just Another Road Trip talking to you about how to be a traveler and not a tourist. Today we're going to talk about basic RV terminology. I'm going to go over some types of RVs and a couple of equipment terms and things like that just to get you introduced to some of the basic terminology in the industry. If you're interested in getting started in RVing and road tripping, this is where you want to go first. So, what we see here on the screen is considered a Class A motorhome. And you can see that the motorhome has two slides. That's what these are here, these slide out rooms or partial rooms. And motorhomes can have either a gas or a diesel engine. And the Class A's are typically characterized by the flat front. The driver and passenger cockpit area is pushed far forward to the very front of the motorhome with a large glass windshield. And so those are some of the characteristics of the Class A. Class A's tend to be a little bit larger, more heavy duty, more towing power, higher horsepower engines, a little bit more expensive. And so that basically is the Class A. Moving on to the Class C motorhome. So you can see that this is a little bit different. It's more on a truck or van chassis. So the cockpit is more traditional, like in a regular truck or van. You're not far forward over the front wheels. You have a little bit of a hood area where the engine sits in the front, and you have the over cab area. This is usually a bunk or entertainment center or storage. And that's what characterizes the Class C. Anytime you have this over cab area, that's sort of what characterizes the Class C. Class Cs can also have a diesel or a gas engine. Most of the diesel engines are on a Mercedes chassis. Most of the gas engines are either on a Ford or Chevy or Dodge chassis. And the Class Cs tend to be a little bit less expensive, have a little bit more sleeping areas than the Class A's. So yeah, that's the Class C. This is the Class B. So, and there's also a Class B plus, such as there's also a Class C plus, which is a little bit larger and more heavy duty than the typical Class C. But this is a Class B, and they have some that are a little bit larger than this, considered a B plus, but basically they look like a typical van. And except for maybe the air conditioning unit on the top and on the passenger side, you might be able to tell that it's an RV based on whether or not there is an awning. So, but usually from the driver's side, they look like a typical shuttle van or regular conversion van. I think I have another picture of one here. Yeah, this one looks a little bit more like your traditional van. So most of the time, these are kind of incognito, and you can't really tell if they're an RV or a typical van, but that's the Class B. Those are actually more expensive than the Class C's, even though there's less square footage on the inside. They're obviously easier to get around, easier to park. And like I said, you can be a little bit incognito and people might not know that you're in an RV. This is a travel trailer. Not all travel trailers look like this. This is sort of the Airstream type style. I'm not for sure. I can't tell there if it's an actual Airstream or not. But, travel trailers can look a little bit more modern than this. But this is just the example that I pulled up. It's got the manual awning there over the coach door as well as the front window there. And what characterizes a travel trailer is basically that it's towed behind a truck, and you can see this is the tongue that hooks onto the truck's hitch, and a travel trailer usually also has the propane bottles on the front. So that's how you can kind of tell the difference between a travel trailer and a fifth wheel, which is what we're going to get to in a second. The travel trailer actually hooks into the hitch on the truck. And a fifth wheel, oh, that's the pop-up camper. Let's go down to the fifth wheel first. The fifth wheel here, as you can see, it actually attaches to a connection in the bed of the back of the truck. This is a little bit more secure connection. Instead of relying on just the little hitch on the back, below the back bumper of the truck, this is a more secure connection within the bed of the truck. Fifth wheels are characterized by this huge overhead area that hangs over the bed of the truck. This is typically a master bedroom area where you walk up steps to get to it. Fifth wheels are larger, give you more living space, especially when you have slides added to them. There's probably slides on the other side. Multiple slides open up to really make this a spacious interior of this type of RV. Let's go back to what we skipped here. Typical pop-up camper. These tend to be the lowest price point when you're getting into RVing. If you're just starting out and you have kind of a strict budget, you might want to start with the pop-up trailer. And again, this is towed by the hitch on the truck. And then the truck camper. This is a camper that actually fits in the bed of a truck. And so basically that's all you need. You need to just attach it to the bed of your truck and then you're off and away. The problem with these, in my opinion, is that some campgrounds won't let you offload them. So when you're driving around sightseeing or whatever, you actually have to have your RV with you. Whereas if you're in a fifth wheel, you can unhook the fifth wheel and drive your truck around. Or if you're in a motorhome and you're towing a car behind you, then you can unhook your car and you've got your car free to take sightseeing. Sometimes campgrounds won't allow you to offload a truck-style camper like this. There's our fifth wheel again. And then the final category is the toy hauler. Now you can have, this looks like it's a travel trailer toy hauler because I don't see the big gooseneck up here hooking into the bed of the truck. So toy haulers can be travel trailers, they can be fifth wheels, they can be motorhomes. So what characterizes a toy hauler is just that it has this drop down back that it turns into a ramp and you can drive your toys up on there. You can put motorcycles in there, you can put ATVs in there, you can put small cars in there. So go-karts, golf carts, things like that can be driven up into this back garage area of a toy hauler. Typically they have a bed that's suspended up here in the top, and when you pull all your toys out you can lower that bed down and this turns into a sleeping space. So those are the different types of RVs that are available out there, and there's no one perfect solution for everyone. It just depends on how you're going to be using your RV and the types of things you're going to be doing. So there's a lot to consider, so think about it carefully and decide which one of these types of RVs might be best for you. If you have any questions, you can always pop on over to our website, go to our contact page, and send us a question. Thanks. Have a good day.